I know the feeling. Right, let's do a sound check. That's before I start screaming at us. Right, check 1, 2, check 1, 2. I know someone at headquarters is listening to this. You're always listening to this. And so with that, once again I request, can we please get a pizza here? Someone's going to have to say yes eventually. Well, I'll keep talking again. Anything, mate? Yeah. Isn't technology wonderful? Oh. And are we getting the pizza? Let's that sorted.
Yeah, they're getting audio.
It's better we do it now than during the game.
Yeah. No, kind of a few days ago when I got the equipment, there was so much extra stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm live streaming and doing audio. Lovely.
Oh yeah.
Gotta make sure I know everything.
You'll get there. I can remember years back, I had a bloke, for his first time doing game things. It was like, how long is this going to take? It's like, I didn't say anything, I just sort of I just stood there in shock. It was like, mate, you've been employed for these hours. Yeah. Surely you can have a pretty good fucking guess how long this is going to take.
Well, were they with Forecast Clock?
Yeah.
Oh, they don't give you the hours. They just say you were going to this match. Like, here's the start time. So that might be it.
Maybe.
But also, you can look up stuff. Like, I was like, how long does this whole good game go for?
Yeah.
2 hours, cool.
It's like, even though it's like, yeah, like, you got to make sure your gear's sorted. It's like an extremely obvious thing they obviously weren't ready for. It's like, I don't know if they lasted long, but I only ever saw them one game. But it was out west, and I realised the game's out west, so I might come into it as well. Let me know if you need a hand.
Should be good.
as well. You're not like that, I hope, as well.
I think I'll be good.
Right.
Wait, can you quickly go through your microphone?
Yep. Okay, great, fantastic.
I heard you pick it up, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's more sensitive than I realise sometimes. It's as long as you're happy, we can chill.
You good?
This place will kill me eventually.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Is it Bulleen WNPL?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, it's Bulleen Lions versus who's he away to? It's like Boroondara side.
So we've got 4. So that's about a 30-second behind.
But yeah, do you know who the away team is?
Boroondara.
Boroondara. Okay, yeah, it's Boroondara.
Yeah, it is. Oh, all good. All good, yeah, it's just getting past it. Yeah, all good. We'll get there. Yep, there it is.
Well done.
Yeah, all good. Used to it, done here a few times, it's like, it's when it gets caught, it's like, okay, hang on, steady, bang. Alright. I'm going to start bringing the cushion here. pretty much ready when you are. Got 80 seconds on the clock. Have we gone live yet? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our final game in our Super Saturday for the Senol NPLW. What has been an absolutely goal festival here for match week 11. So far this afternoon, we've seen 16 goals across 5 separate fixtures. Certainly going to be up there for one of the most goal-scoring weekends so far this season. As for yourselves, well, potentially we could be in for match of the round here. It's understandable why. If you look at the table list coming into this weekend, visitors Boroondara only a point off the top of the table. As for Bulleen, they're only a point off the top 4 position. It is a ridiculous amount to play for, and we're not even halfway through the season. What has been an absolutely incredible year here in the Senol NPLW. But for yourself this evening, I'm William Bennett to bring you all the action for what is set to be, hopefully, the most intriguing, the most exciting of the games, and what has been already, as we established, a truly super Saturday of football. I'll just take you through a few of the results in case you might have missed them during this weekend. And if you are still trying to catch up, well, turn your sound off for a minute or so, because we're going to be rattling through them. At Avondale, it was a 1-0 victory for a rather struggling Avondale side there. They've been close a few times, should have won last weekend, but this weekend they finally get the points they desire. Otherwise, down at Casey Fields, it was a tremendous 12 goals conceded across that result. Ultimately, it was a 9-3 victory for the visiting Heidelberg United. Out west in Killor, it was a 0-0 draw between themselves and South Melbourne. Odds down at Dorothy Laver, it was a 1-0 victory for the hosts as they took on Spring Hills. And finally at Cross Keys, it was a 1-1 draw between Aston and Preston. And yet, we've got more action. Now, coming to this weekend, Bulleen certainly looking like the strongest side, with their recent form very much in their favour. 3 wins to their name as well as a draw, including a 7-0 thumping of Bentley just at the end of March. Otherwise, for the visitors, well, similar form, 3 wins, 2 losses, not too bad, but none of their results have been particularly fruitful for themselves, none of them have been particularly convincing overall. And so, if you want to keep in that finals position, so that they've been in consistently throughout the season, tonight's the night to prove yourself that you have what it takes, come finals, that you will deliver what you're all after. Our hosts this evening, of course, playing in their very traditional maroon kits. The visitors in their rather dark-ish purple and white combination. Certainly one of the more distinctive kits around the league. And so your lineups for this evening, commencing with the visitors, we have number 1, Mia Mossman, number 3, Sarah Brunner, number 4, Kanago Higuchi, number 5, Bridie Cooling, number 7, Emma Vane, number 8, Genevieve Fonte, number 11, Priya Savory Ryan, number 13, Shanatay Herford, number 14, Madeline Dara, number 17, Aisha Tu Place, number 25, Lesia Crisfield. As for Caitlin's friends, Bulleen, we have number 1, Alyssa Dale Oster, number 2, Annabelle Yates, number 3, Catherine Renahan, number 4, Claudia Miricic, number 6, Leah Mulderry, number 8, Sarah Kane, number 12, Olivia Bomford, number 14, Tiffany Eliadis, number 17, Maya Markowski, number 19, Ashley Jordan, number 21, Rosie Roger. And already our hosts stand up for their first set piece of the evening. Bomford whipping in the corner, and there's Markowski. Oh, she's truly head and shoulders above pretty much everyone else in the league. And with that, just adds to an impressive goal-scoring tally for the season. Actually out 14 for the Bulleen forward, which going into this match weekend, she was only second to the American superstar that is Kelly McGraty at Essendon. Very much a terrific golden boot battle we have here this season. Vane looking to tuck back in for Herford. Herford leaving the ball trickle in and almost twisted ankle there for Bridie Cooling. Cooling, she's got to be careful there. Touch. Now, it's difficult to ascertain just how clearly you're able to get a view of the event tonight at home, or indeed wherever you are enjoying this evening's action. But certainly seen better days than surface here at the Ven. Certainly not the clearest from our filming position. On that far side wing, there is some rather deep gashes into the playing surface, which may or may not have an impact across the 90 this evening. Something one that we'll have to keep an eye out for, as well as our players. Kane just trying to set Markowski there. Not quite the touch she wanted. But nonetheless, a goal to her name, and things are very much early on this evening. So much we'll see from both Markowski and Kane. Very much two of the greats of the present era of the Senol NPLW. And of course, on their bench is their gaffer, another one of the greats of the modern era of Victorian women's football. Of course, the great, the majestic Caitlin Friend. And certainly been one of the most successful in her positions, both as a player and as a coach. They lost with the goal kick for Bulleen. Also having spent this part of the summer with Perth Glory. They're coming in, has had a fantastic time this season in the NPL. Now the relatively tight margins of the ven here very much showing their mark already. While the ground is certainly a bit shorter, a bit narrower than most. Both of these sides should be very much well aware of the pitch dimensions, given that is tonight landlords versus tenants. Though a bit unusual for a Bulleen home fixture. No scoreboard this evening. Certainly a curious remission. Though certainly there must be a reason for it, one we have yet to hear so far this evening. A long ball sent in for Roger. Trying to get some hold there. Battles with Hereford. Safri Ryan. Looking to go alone here. Just about manages to find the boot of Brunner. Sarah Brunner, one of 3 Americans in this Boroondara side. And is one of 5 across the 2 teams. Certainly have had quite the influx of US nationals into the NPL this season. Hereford perhaps a bit fortunate there to get away with that throw. Trajectory not exactly the cleanest. Play on has been given regardless from our lead referee this evening, Jasmine Sun Laurent. Sun Laurent having made the transfer into the FE refereeing department from Canada. Certainly it's not too often we have transfers among our refereeing department. Otherwise, alongside our lead referee tonight, we have Liam Beckett and Giselle Spezza on assistant referee duties. Eyes on full feet tonight, it is Daya Rackett. Apologies there, Daya. I'm sure I got that horrifically wrong. Here's Hereford. Plays back for Calling. Calling. Almost having to deal with Eliada's head on there. Kane. Worth the throw for a side, which Yates has the duty. And Bob Yates certainly deeply experienced in the senior women's division, despite her age, having spent a number of terrific years within the FA emerging NTC Academy, now Melbourne Victory side. Vane. Back for two place. The place under pressure. The Eagles still to throw. I look for Brunner. The ball brought back into the gloves of Mia Mossman. Mossman, one of a number of international players in this Boroondara side. Having originally born in the UK, Hertfordshire, to be precise. But otherwise, I certainly played football their entire lives here in Victoria. Pressure certainly taking the mount as Miocic cuts back in for Darlost. Darlost looking for the long option, but Mulderry just can't get the touch she wants there. Turnover via the throw. Dara looking for range. But certainly doesn't land friendly. Markowski. Deary back in for Markowski. Eliadis says that long for Roger. Mossman clears the area. Safety for the moment for Boroondara. And despite that, they do trail thanks to an early goal from Maya Markowski. Fonte under pressure. As the ball slowly rolls out for a Bulleen throw. Not far from Boroondara's technical area. Well-timed clearance there from Cooling. Very much the needed ball. Darlost out of box. It's not use her feet. Does so expertly. Yates. In for Eliadis. Eliadis tucks in for Roger. And they are caught offside there. Chance for the Eagles have a quick breather. Mossman. Cooling. Hereford now under pressure from Roger. Ball's out. And the Venetti get the throw. Vane regains possession. Looks for Mossman. Let's be careful of Markowski. Very much on a tail. Vane flicks it on. Only Yates. Ooh, hunt for possession there. Bomford. Tucks in for Mulderry. Mulderry not quite getting the cross she wants there. As we just wait for a spare ball. Hopefully our marshals won't have to have too much of a trek down towards the Creeklands. It did manage to clear that fence. Certainly not the friendliest drop in towards the error, which thankfully is normally quite shallow and not particularly pacey this far upstream. Miricic. All-time placement just to hold the momentum for Boroondara. Again, they try to progress, but it's just not linking up for them in the final third. Well, Boroondara have had a fantastic season so far. As we pointed to, coming into this match weekend, they've had 3 wins in their last 5 league appearances. It's certainly been a bit of a tough week and a bit for them, as it's their 3rd game in effectively as much as 7 days. With them playing Melbourne Victory in a midweek catch-up game. That was ultimately a 3-2 defeat for the Eagles. And as we have said, while they have been getting a lot of results going their way, winning margins haven't been particularly too outstanding. But certainly thankfully for their goal difference, nor have they defeats. With no game in their last 5 appearances having more than a goal margin difference. Mossman, well-timed placement there. Bang inside of a technical area. Cooling. Looks wrong for Savary Ryan. Most likely would have been called offside should she gain possession there. Now with Savary Ryan. It's very much onside there. Fonte. Vane. Well, the 2 Americans do technically link up there. Not exactly the touch Vane was hoping for there, but these things do happen. Not always the easiest thing to control a round object against another round object. Of course, ball to leg. Chance here from range. Not a bad ball there from Duplace. Does give Boroondara their first very much comfortable shot on target. Potential chance for another one here. The ball there from Chrisfield, just tracking wide of the goal. Dallos not giving any chances there for a stray one. Vane beats the 2-on-1. Gets a shot on. And it goes just wide of the goal there. Goal kick Bulleen. There's very much a firm shift in momentum here in Boroondara's favour. Which means they are presently a goal behind. Certainly doing 1 or 2 favours just to keep pressuring Dalhorst. Perhaps, just perhaps, you might catch her out. Certainly, you do have to get up ridiculously early to try and beat Alyssa Dalhorst. Always switched on is the Bulleen keeper. Liardis won't find Kane there. Play on. Here's Bomford. Markowski tries to play Jordan. Markowski again. Roger. Markowski sends Roger this time. And goal kick is awarded. The ball is brought back into play there. Bouncing, controlled by Fonte. Under pressure is the American, is Vane. Looks to send her other fellow American in, Sarah Brunner. Can't quite find her on this occasion. But certainly, Sarah Brunner is very much the target for this Boroondara side. They're not the exclusive target, being one of 2 players in the top 10 for the Golden Boot race at the moment. Brunner on 7 goals in equal 5th place at the moment. Otherwise, Fonte presently equal 9th with 5 goals to her name coming into this match weekend. Certainly an interesting bit of midfield action there, and just showing how tightly contesting these 2 sides are. They've both had relatively similar seasons overall. While Bulleen certainly has had the score lines, results have leaned a bit more towards Boroondara's way as things stand. Presently, only 2 points separate these 2 sides. Chance here for Brunner. Dale lost. Perfect timing there. Brunner doing well just to leap out of the way of the West Australian keeper. Makovsky trying to flick on. Well, it doesn't always work for the Bulleen forward. As we've seen time and time again, it pans out more often than it doesn't. It always looks spectacular, especially under the lights here at the Ven. Burners on for Yates. Young winger needing support. Sophie Ryan there with the final touch. Right, should be able to make use of their player advantage numbers wise. Indeed they do. Clearing touch there from Hereford. Met by Mulderry. Turnover via the throw. Vane. Trying to deal with Kane, the Bulleen captain. So Kane, one of a few players on track to beat the 150 appearance mark in the Senol NPLW. She's presently on 145 league appearances coming into this weekend. Eliadis with the flick on for Jordan. Jordan looking for Roger, cooling, still in the moment. Perhaps not quite aware that Roger was bang on her tail. Still held by Boroondara as they fight very firmly to get in their own half. Foul is eventually awarded. So a chance for them to progress a bit. Mention just how long it will last. Given the way that Bulleen play, given the way that Caitlin Friend sets up her lionesses, well, there is always 11 on the field. It often feels like there's more 12, 13 players, if that. They are experts in reading the space, reading the play. I do have a brief injury interruption there on the far side touchline. It looks to be Dara. Indeed, yes it is. Well, our lead referee urges everyone just get back to it. With Dara being seen by her side's physio. For the moment, Boroondara will be down to 10. Well, will surely only be just a temporary measure. There is very much a school of thought within the game that when you go down to 10, you are the more dangerous side, given how connected you might be. But given that Boroondara have been dragged deep into their own half, it might not exactly be a philosophy that Luke and Farside agrees with. Here's Yates. Markovsky looks to flick on for Eliadis. Fonte flicks it for Vane. And Deary able to cut back for Renahan, however. Kane. Bomford. Looks for Roger. Roger from range. Ball just curves wide of the goal there. Goal kick for Boroondara, who are still presently down to 10. And it looks though they will be forced to make an injury mandated substitution. And so we will confirm those numbers for you shortly. But from the looks of things, as things stand, this is probably going to be the end of Madeline Dara's evening. Who definitely had some sort of issue around ankle foot-wise, at least from appearances. Hopefully nothing too major. Jordan Iliadis from range. Iliadis held out by Mossman, with the Boroondara keeper holding firm. And we are still awaiting that confirmation from Boroondara. Roger has the shot on. Not exactly the most ideal shot for herself. Or just not having the chance there to really get her bit behind that one. Something that Mossman can do as she clears it deep into the posting half. With Miricic playing back into Dowlost. Renahan looks wide. And Deary should go alone for a little while. Eliadis. Cleared there. For the time being, by Boroondara's back line. And still, the Eagles are with 10 on the field of play. And we desperately await that substitution. And so Markovsky goes down, quickly back on her feet. And surely, we will now have that substitution. Indeed we do. The confirmation that it was indeed number 14, Madeline Dara, who was forced off due to injury. With number 12, Zoe Bennett, coming onto the field. Well, certainly never nice to have it be forced off due to injury. And we certainly do hope that Dara is able to recover and get back to the football play very, very soon. Do you have a chance to see what Bennett can do? The free kick sent in, not quite finding the head of Markowski. It was very much the target there for Bulleen. Miricic looks for Eliadis. Eliadis and Miricic, two of at least three players who have spent time in the South Melbourne senior women's side. Eliadis a bit more recently, having played there in the first half of last season. Mossman putting an end to that potential there. And she's counted down by our lead referee. Yates finds Roger in plenty of space. Roger bets her marker. She go alone here. She shoots. Held out by the boot of Bridie Cooling. Eliadis looks to flick on for Markowski. Can Markowski turn here? Got three on her effectively. And it will be a Bulleen throw. Taking quickly. Bomford now. Yates. Yates looks for Markowski. Finds Markowski. It's with Roger. Markowski! Bulleen held back for the time being. As instead, it is Bulleen 1, Boroondara 0. And we shall have a turnover of throws thanks to that foul throw. Bomford opts to go alone. Needs support. Still managing to beat her markers in Vane and Hereford. And that will be a corner. We've still got any balls about. No, yes we do. Kane. Well, once more with the throw. Yates finds the boot of Markowski. Now, we can't confirm whether or not Maya Markowski ever did ballet in her life. But given their stretching ability, wouldn't it be the most surprising thing about the Bulleen forward? Here's Hereford. Roger. Savary Ryan. Hereford once more. Forces the ball there by Markowski, making great use of her body. Savary Ryan. Knocks off the body of Bomford. Here's Kane. Can't quite find Jordan. Gucci. Vane. Now of Hereford. Looks for Savary Ryan. Praise Savary Ryan. Having joined this Boroondara side last season, she came from a presently struggling Melbourne University. The varsity side potentially set for relegation out of the second division. certainly was a stalwart figure in the varsity side for a number of seasons. Vane should find Fonte. Gets a cross in, held out by Mircic. Vane from range. Look, just kept in there. Well, Dallas, full scared the ball herself. Certainly been quite low on marshals this evening, with only one visible tonight. Quite literally half the amount we had in our 20s fixture earlier this afternoon. Kane. Could send Roger. Could send Markowski. Chops to Roger. Roger! Oh! Now that is delicious. Rosie Roger, take a bow. And with that, it is Bulleen 2, Boroondara 0. Now the Eagles are to repeat their recent form of only a solitary goal difference being the margin. Well, they're going to have to get into a bit of action here. So far, while they've been progressing, they just can't deal with this Bulleen backline who have been tremendously stalwart. Vane, looks for Brunner. Dow lost. Bomford. Ball turns over. Bennett. Higuchi. Knocks it long. Just can't find the target in the moment. Bomford. Finds Eliadis. Still with Eliadis. Looks to send Markowski through. But calling is too switched on there for the time being. Brunner. Fonte. Back for Brunner. Fantastic bit of footwork there. Looks wide for Savary Ryan. And she shoots. She can. Dallas collects. Eliadis. This time touched there. So again, a chance for Boroondara to get forward and just try and go for something. Roger. Once again, finds himself in acres of space. Herford with the throw. Looks for Fonte. Fonte flicks one brilliantly. Should find and does find Savary Ryan. Ball cleared for a Lions throw. And the Wild of Venetti are under a bit of pressure here. They certainly don't look remotely bothered by it all. They know exactly what the plan is. They know exactly what they're doing. Let's get our first Boroondara call of the evening. which shall be taken by Boroondara's presently top goal scorer, Sarah Brunner. She is jointly 5th in the Golden Boot tally. Great diving side there from Dale Lost. Does brilliantly to keep the ball out there. And once more, corner for the visitors. Can the Eagles swoop in to get one back here? Brenner sends the delivery. Wasn't exactly the cleanest ball in the world. Wasn't exactly the cleanest shot in the world. But nonetheless, Bulleen find themselves, at least for the time being, still 2-0 up. That is very much their first really solid warning side for the evening. As Roger cops quite the ball. But despite the momentum behind the ball, looks completely unfazed. Free kick awarded there for our hosts. Miocic taking it quickly. Looking for Eliadis. As it's out wide for Muldiri. Throw for the Venetti. As we have a bit under 5 minutes left remaining in regulation time here. Bulleen committing pretty much everyone for the corner. Only Yates and Renahan drop back. It's kind of sent in. Just can't quite find the target. Boroondara very much not out of danger though. As their awareness is just not quite there tonight so far. Shot from range. Wide from Kane. Renahan turns over. Here's Bennett. Looks for Savary Ryan. Being tailed by Yates. Still got a bit of distance to chase down, does Annabelle Yates. As the ball's crossed in. Just can't find Brunner. And despite their opportunities, well, they've been so far few and far between for Boroondara. Luck just isn't quite favouring them as things stand. Delos just teasing our opponents. You've got to love the mind games. It's just pure, unadulterated teasing. It's not the word we were going for, but we still have to do for a live broadcast. Throw for Bulleen. Bang in front of the Boroondara technical area. Kowski makes great use of her swinging leg. Kane Bomford looks to send Markovsky. Is Mossman's ball. And that's about 30 seconds away until half time, at least in terms of minutes regulated. Well, there's been a little bit of fiddling with the ball for our fourth official. Shouldn't be too much that needs to be played. With 2 minutes at most, should suffice. Safri Ryan. Herford under pressure from Roger. Safri Ryan knocks it forward, but no one's there to make the ball for her. And we do have our confirmation from the fourth official. It will indeed be 2 additional minutes here at the Ven. Herford looking for Fonte. Can't quite find on this occasion. And we'll have to throw it once again. As the ball manages to run on the fence, which certainly had brighter days on this side of the field compared to elsewhere around the pitch. Markovsky. No, it's just not quite going to get to that one. And so, shall we have a late opportunity in this half for Boroondara? Oh, Hereford certainly has a few key numbers, such as Savvy Ryan and Fonte nearest to her. Vane. Can't quite find Brunner. Bennett tucks back for Cooling. Cooling looks for Brunner. She's going to chase here. Eventually collected by Brunner. Goes alone here. Brunner held back by Dallost. And as things stand, we will go into half time. Bulleen 2, Boroondara 0. What has been certainly a very typical Bulleen performance. Hard, unrelenting, and absolutely spectacular in style. And with that, there's our half-time whistle. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes for all the second half action here live and free at the Ven for our match week 11 clash between Bulleen and Boroondara for the Senol NPLW. We'll see you then. And welcome back to the Ven for the second half in our Senol NPLW 11th match week. Presently it is 2-0 in favour of the hosting Lionesses, who have been very much making the most of their opportunities, and statistically by having the same amount of shots on it, so on and so forth. But they certainly looked to make the most of them and look the better of them in front of goal. As Bonford looks to shoot, but just curves against her. Goal kick for Boroondara, who have made a substitution in the half-time window. Coming off the pitch, number 5, Brody Cooling. She's replaced by number 47, Lara Aitken. Gucci with the goal kick. Brought back down to earth by Eliadis. Gucci, Vane. Herford looking to send Savary Ryan. Kane. Eliadis. She's down a slip straight past Vane there. Won't quite find Markowski this time around. Duplace. Here's Brunner. Savary Ryan absolutely bellowing for the ball. Fonte eventually getting across to Savary Ryan. Might have lost the advantage she initially had. Ball sent in, ended up being high of the goal there. So, spot of bread room there for Dalost. Miricic. Flicked on wide into Yates from Roger. On the margin of the pitch, again, catching them out. Kofsky. Very much knew exactly where that ball was landing. Is Bomford. Looks for the switch towards Jordan. Won't fire on this occasion. This ball is briefly collected. Throw for the Eagles. Renahan. Marshall, it's for Dalos. Run up, almost catching out the ball line keeper there. Fortunate time for Dalos. That's fair to say. Dalos being Dalos, it was pinpoint timing from Dalos. Potentially a foul throw there from Crisfield. There's been a few throws this evening which have been not exactly the most distinctive. With only one being turned over so far tonight. Savary Ryan. Quick 1-2 with Brunner, but the flick on just isn't into an area that is friendly enough for Savary Ryan. No adjustments for our hosts this evening so far. And while they've been down to the corner to warm up plenty of time so far, as they are presently doing yes again. Sometimes you can only question just how warmed up do you need to be throughout a game, especially when no team intends to make substitution in the first half. There'll definitely be a method behind it. That certainly is one of the curious dynamics of the league. Markowski. Great pick up there by Mossman. He finds our target. with Duplace getting clipped in the process. And so, Higuchi, the Japanese national. Whom will she pick out? Goes long. Could get Fonte. No. Runner tries to stick through. There's Dal lost. As the momentum is firmly snuffed out. Renahan. Derry. Kane looking wide as eventually finds the boot of the young Annabelle Yates. Eliadis. Quick little triangle between Roger back to Yates. With both collectively, Yates, Eliadis and Roger have been linking up tremendously well tonight. Their routines have been nothing but silky. Vane. Hereford. Didn't push the momentum wide. Is it back to Vane? Gucci almost caught out there by Jordan. Crisfield. Looks to send Duplace. Duplace won't quite get there. And it doesn't matter. There's the offside flag. And just a chance for a quick substitution play. As Maldira needs to check something. She's garnered the attention of our lead referee, Jasmine Saint Laurent. She shoves to go to the silence for the moment as the Bulleen physio is able to make their way across the pitch. Munduri very much up and about. So nothing serious. That just a quick boost to the old electrolytes with the old pickle juice. Certainly not the most enticing electrolyte boost out there, but it's one of the most effective. Bomford battles firm against Vane. Markowski. Vane. Under pressure. Brought down. No whistle. Markowski. Taps for Bomford. Bomford makes use of Roger, but she's going to have to fight for that ball with Aitken. Aitken collects. Throw for the Vanetti. Mains. Bulleen 2, Boroondara 0. Here at the Ven. Hereford. Almost taken out there by Markowski. Markowski with shots. Whistling high. Very much whistling dangerously. And once more, the question is asked by the lead referee, where's the ball? Well, had a few interruptions given a lack of a ball in a reachable area. You have to feel for our marshal this evening. They're forced to do it alone. And despite a very healthy crowd tonight here at the Ven, I just can't get anyone else to whip on the fluoro and help out for a 90 minutes. We may have a bit of a serious situation here for Catlin Friends' side to respond to, as the physio is very much called on here to deal with the situation. Just trying to confirm the identity of the injured Bulleen player. Looks as though... Okay. Certainly looking quite a serious situation, but thankfully there is movement. And they're slowly making their way to their feet. And he's a very front-facing Claudia Mijicic. He's on the ground there. Certainly playing out of position. Though the Bulleen centre half can certainly be quite comfortable up front when needed to be. And it's certainly great to see Mijicic back on her feet. And so, Boroondara will have to drop ball. Which Mossman collects just as quickly as if she was having a game of jacks without a lead referee. And Bulleen do return to their full accompaniment. With Mijicic sliding back into her position. Eliadis. Kane. Almost taken out there. Brunner. Duplace. Beaten by Mulderry. Eliadis looks to send Markovsky. Markovsky caught up again. But can she get a shot on? Makes use of Roger. Roger for the cross. Not quite the ball she's wanting there. Boroondara still in danger. And danger holds thanks to the ever-ready gloves of Mia Mossman. Mossman seeks out Savary Ryan, finds her winger, and is now progressing. Not a bad bit of space. Can't trumps in the 2-on-1. Savary Ryan very much showing her firm potential there. Kane. Mijicic. Trying to pick the right option. Goes Eliadis. Kane. Tucks in for Renahan. Renahan. Hoofs it long for Mulderry. Will Mulderry get the touch? Yes, she will. Higuchi able to marshal it though. Duplace thumps it off Jordan's back. As a host, look to make a double change. And so we will confirm those numbers for you shortly. So coming off the pitch is number 19, Ashley Jordan, and number 21, Rosie Roger. They are replaced by number 15, Chloe Angel. And the number 22, Alana Cortolino. Hi, Gucci. Vane. Pressure's too much for her. But for trying to sneak it through for Markowski. Gucci very much on top of the situation. A firm challenge from Gucci there upon substitute Alana Cortolino. Cortolino does exceptionally well to stay on her feet. The Minetti awarded with the corner. Once more, what can Bobford make of this? Ball is sent in. Not exactly what the midfielder was after there. And so, goal kick, Boroondara. Might be having a substitution of their own on the horizon. The players called back in. So there might just be some movements not too far away from Lukavar's Boroondara. Just from Makoski! Wow, you can't get much closer than that. Still in danger. Okay, apparently can get much closer than that. Bobford. How's she not really in the way? Well, that's like Mosman's Brewer lottery ticket. Because you're not going to get much luckier than that. 2 in the space of seconds off the woodwork. Aitken finds Savvy Ryan. Savvy Ryan under pressure. And looking for something a little bit more there. We'll just get the throw. So I have to make do with Fonte. Vane. Tucking in for Gucci. Bennett. Switch for Savvy Ryan. Couple of Bulleen hands go up. That flag stays down. Ball just about still in play though. And it is awarded a Bulleen throw. Vane. Almost finds Fonte. Markowski. Forced to fight against Higuchi. Again. Throws in a very staunch challenge. Didn't look like that one hurt though for the Japanese national. Mossman. Ball with the throw. Yates cutting back for Miricic. Eliadis looks along, but can't find Angel there. Markowski. Renahan. Eliadis, pressured by Vane. It's able to return to Catherine Renahan. Corsalino. Muldeary. Whipped across by Muldeary. Bit of a damn dusters ball. As Bomford makes use of the ricochet off Higuchi for a corner. Bomford plays it flat. To place. Looking for Brunner. Renahan. Clears the terracing. And we'll have a stoppage in play due to a planned substitution. And coming off for the hosts, or for the visitors, is number 17, Ash Duplace, and number 8, Jennifer Fonte. They're replaced by the number 10, Coco Parker. And the number 9, Elise Cook. And so with that, Boroondara have now made use of their second substitute window. Parker very much will get that free kick. As very well just drawing her opponents. But certainly knows how to get the foul when she desires. That's not to say that they can't take a beating when needed to, so to speak. Corsalino. Whips the ball in, collected by Mossman. Mossman looks and finds Vane. Vane just looking to twist and turn. Finds Bennett. Bennett sends Savvy Ryan. And surely will be called offside there. Flag remains down. Shouts for handball from the ball in the fence. Higuchi. Brunner. Crisfield. Corsalino now. Kane tucks in for Renahan. Renahan looks at long. Corsalino is set the chase. Relatively left alone is the bowling winger. Higuchi I'm really now trying to put some pressure upon her. Vane. Runner. For Parker. Turnover into Kane. Angel. Markowski. Bomford. Tries the quick 1-2 with Eliadis. Vane. Pushes Brunner forward. Brunner holds possession. And Cook, unfortunately, not to get the turn and go in for Parker. Delost again just teasing her opponent. Always enjoyable seeing Alyssa Delost's mind games. But situations are a little bit more serious. As again, Milicic requires their physio's attention. That chance for Boroondara to have a quick drink and a quick team talk just in front of their technical area. As our hosts prep to make another double change. There certainly is plenty of options on the box. Indeed, as things look, it's got to be a triple change. Which very much will put this game to bed. And here we go. Okay. Well, we can confirm the three substitutes off for Bulleen were number 2, Annabelle Yates, number 4, Claudia Milicic, and the number 917, Maya Markowski. As for those coming on, we're just triple checking our numbers for you. Do bear with us for the moment. Angel sent for Bulleen. Gucci now to deal with the situation. Well, we can confirm 2 of the players who have come on for Bulleen there is the number 16, number 9, Emily Bunnell and Nia Sala, respectively. And it looks as though it's also the 11, JG Garon, who's coming for Bulleen. Indeed, yes, it is Garon. Tefri Ryan looking dangerous here for Boroondara. Ball ricochets off Maldiri. And so, can Boroondara get something from this game, which has so far eluded them? Corner to be whipped in by the first half substitute, Zoe Bennett. Ball flies dangerously, but no one can collect. Aitken. Brunner. Under pressure from Garon. As the turnover's on here. Here comes Cordellino. Can she shoot? She beats Mossman. Just can't get the opportunity to strike. Unfortunate for Cordellino. But nonetheless, what a moment to be in. And quite often than not, as those side swaps around the keeper in those one-on-one situations does go the striker's way. When you got a field like we do here at the Ven, the pace the ball gets off the Astro surface can just be sometimes just a bit too much. Corner for Bulleen. As Watford slowly makes her way to take the set piece. And she does eventually give the signal. Corner ball ripped in danger, ultimately cleared by Vane. Runnerhan, during her bits. Ball eventually coming back down to earth. Eliadis. Kane, dispossessed by Vane. He's Sefri Ryan. Now playing on our near side wing. Parker. Brunner. Sefri Ryan. Looks for the cross. Gets the corner. Bennett whips in the corner, whips it high and hard, and with that, Higuchi makes it 2-1. Well, that has two tremendous headers from two tremendous corners. And with things staying the way they are at the moment, Boroondara will carry on their results from the last few weeks. While there have been wins or losses, none of them have been by a margin greater than the goal. And with that, certainly comes a nice bit of hope for Boroondara. And away we go. Herford. Not getting the free kick she's after there. After that bit of twist and turning. Gone wrong with a bit of contact. Boroondara, do you get the throw here? Crisfield. Doesn't quite find Parker there. Kane. Angel is possessed by Herford. So again with Herford, but only briefly. He does get the throw. So Herford must just, well, look like she had the touch there. At least from the distance. Bomford looks and finds Cortellino. Cortellino going to get past Higuchi. Bomford. Tries to play it with Angel there. Here's Muldeary. Was with Salah there, between Bomford and Salah. Eliadis. Bomford. Still with Bomford. Looks for Angel, but won't fight it on this occasion. Ball sent to the box. Kept away by Gucci. Parker. Still with Parker. Sends every Ryan. Every Ryan. Almost knocking Muldeary out there. Somehow Muldeary is still upright. Must have hurt. Delos collects. And Muldeary will require physio attention there. Certainly can't blame her. Well, certainly the hoofed of all hoof balls there from Priya Severin into Muldeary. Of course, not intentional, mind you. It doesn't mean Muldeary's in any less pain. Potentially just quick electrolytes boost there for Leah Muldeary. Well, the clock is certainly starting to run out here at the Ven. It truly does feel like we're in for a tight finish. Presently, only a goal separates these two sides. On the table, Bulleen are presently a point ahead, assuming they'll keep all 3 points. We shall get back underway here. Bulleen, something look a bit dangerous. Gucci does read the situation and puts the momentum to rest. Bomford. Bunnell. Eliadis. Salah. Still with Salah. Cuts back in a bit. What looks to be Angel there. Bunnell. Renahan. Corsalino. Flicks from Muldeary. Corsalino. Bring it back under control. Bomford. Kane. From Bunnell to Renahan. Muldeary. Bomford. Renahan again. Cuts all the way back for Dallost. Bomford. Kane. Looks for Angel, but just doesn't quite have the pace to collect the ball. Salah by Gucci. Crisfield. Brenner by Gucci. Brenner. Finds Savvy Ryan this occasion. Deary with the throw. Turnover via the throw. Crisfield finds Parker. Parker can't control. Pace very much picking up here at the Ven. Salah by Gucci. Vane for the switch. With Cook just easing it on for Aitken. Aitken tucks back for Mossman. By Gucci. Mossman. Parker. Bumpford. Dispossession. Bunnell. Renahan. Just looking for an option. But Bulleen are forced in their own half. Eliadis providing support. That really shouldn't be where she is at the moment. Kane. Deary. Renahan. Crisfield negating Cortellino's advance. Mossman, the clearing ball, just kept in there by Savvy Ryan. Crisfield. Deary. Cortellino just trying to gauge her options. And things are looking promising for Bulleen. And late on in this match week 11 clash in the Senol NPLW. Garon dispossessed by Vane. Vane still just about in control there. Brunner. Easing her side forward. Nursing stand. Feels like Boroondara have made their efforts. Just isn't meant to be tonight for them. It will be their second defeat this calendar week after 3-2 catch-up fixture defeat against Melbourne Victory on Wednesday night, just gone. Vane, Bennett. Here's Crisfield. Savvy Ryan sends the ball in, collected by Dallost. And as things stand, it is stupendously tight at the top of the table. Top four, all on 22 points. While tomorrow's remaining fixture between Melbourne Victory and Bentley won't change that fact. Is nonetheless exceptional just how close the division is at the moment. with a Bulleen just easing themselves ahead, only by a couple of goals in their goal difference, with a plus 21 total. Assuming our maths is correct. Well, there's Boxhill in second with a plus 19. Plus 15 for Essendon. And plus 10 for Boroondara. As we're now officially and finally in injury time. And Boroondara will make one final substitution for the game. Renahan won't be able to get past Brunner. Brunner still in control here. Can't find support. Bunnell deals with the situation. Parker physically battling there. Won't get the free kick. Potentially might have even fouled her marker in the process. Crisfield. Brunner. Vane. Looks for the switch. Finds Aitken. Aitken needs to deliver something. Finds Parker. Parker just can't bring the ball down. Higuchi. And you can just feel the desperation from Boroondara to try and rescue a point here. Bennett. Crisfield. Now with Vane. With Hereford making use of Aitken on that far side wing. Can we? Will we? Renahan doing her bit to make sure they won't. And we will get that substitution now. Maybe. Or so it was one called for. That situation will have to wait. Here comes the corner. Ball sent in. Headed by Hereford. Cleared eventually by Cortellino. Salah. Aitken. Hereford. Very fortunate there. That could have been a very sticky situation. Dale lost. Will collect. Apologies there for that interruption. Dalos eventually clearing the area, perhaps being given a little bit more time than legally allowed. Foot race between Crisfield and Cordelino. Crisfield drops out, Mossman controls. So from Ryan, Brunner, battling with Kane. Can Brunner whip the cross in? Sends it in. Anyone there to meet it? Parker! Collected by Alyssa Dowlost, who continues to be absolutely exceptional tonight. And as for things, we may not have that substitution after all. There's been plenty of opportunities, but they've just not been taken. And again, Dale lost. Mind games. It's just that extra element, playing the psychological game. And while not everyone masters it, Dalos is very much one who's about as close to say a perfectionist in the art of the mind games. Bunnell sends it long just to clear the area. Perfect can collect. Boroondara just don't look like they're able to get any momentum here. Eliadis sends it long, but none of his handouts will get there. Mossman clears the area. Ball just somehow still in play there. That was a rather unfortunate and perhaps unintentional bounce. Dowlos very much out of her box there. Hoofs it forward. Chris Field. Sophie Ryan. Looks for the switch. Won't find the switch this time around. Kane. Plays long for Angel. And she's got a battle past Aitken. Sullivan supports. Still with Sulla. Herford now the marker. And he's deep in that corner. The flag set rocking. Boroondara wins the throw. And that shall be a late corner here at the Ven. And finally, we see the signal for the substitution. But for looks of things, it doesn't appear as though the headsets between the referees are quite working at the moment. But signed off is number 11, Priya Sophie Ryan, replaced by number 2, Simone Vass. Corner played ludicrously short. And we're just trying to trap things in that tightest of pockets. The throw now. Too many bodies to make heads or tails with it. Somehow Vane. Nope, no she doesn't. Corner ball. Starting to feel like a bit like backyard cricket here. Just coming a very dense style of play at the moment. It's probably the best words to describe things. With that, we do finally have our whistle tonight. Full time and our final game of our Super Saturday here for the Senol NPLW to close, at least for today's action. In match week 11, it is Bulleen 2, Boroondara 1. It was been quite the uphill battle for Boroondara. They did well to get the consolation, but just couldn't get further than that. Bulleen, tremendous first half. Second, that's a bit more conservative than what many would expect. But Caitlin's friends side did the job. They're now top of the table, and that's, to them, it's all that matters. And for us, well, that's about all we've got time for. And so, make sure to check out the last little bits of our Super Weekend with tomorrow's fixture between Melbourne Victory and Bentley Greens kicking off at 3 p.m. Otherwise, for ourselves here at the Ven, I've been Bulleen Bennett, and until next time, cheerio. I need to bring cushions here. I don't know why I don't.